you actually wanted to start about this experience you had at a youth camp, and a few of us have just been at a youth camp. So I wonder if you can tell us a bit about this camp you were at El Rancho.
Okay, I was one of the youth helpers, and Ron Campbell was the upper leader. And we all went down, and where's Kate? We all went. Kate, but one of the people that was in our youth group at the time was Annika, my sister-in-law. So we all went out to our lunch show, and we were sitting up in the upper room, having a time of worship, singing every step that you take, every breath that I take, every moment I'm awake. What was the next verse?
Lord, have your way.
And God said, on your knees. So I got on my knees, and the worship was just amazing to me from then onwards. And the life in the Spirit seemed nice that we've done at Christchurch, and also this time with the kids. Really felt a God hold in me here. It was just amazing. That hold all my life, and it was filled with the Holy Spirit.
A remarkable story of an encounter with the Holy Spirit, but just doing the maths for people that maybe missed it, Mary was there as a leader, kind of in her 40s. Her kids had left home and she was at this youth camp as a leader. And so also just what really impacts me is the faithful service to Jesus even before that moment. Right? In one sense, there was a key moment there with the Holy Spirit. But the fact that in your 40s you were leading at a youth camp, bring me to that.
I think I might be 50 actually.
Challenge out there for anyone. And so from then, your life took you on some remarkable journeys, part of which is 15 years nursing in the outback, Australia. Have you guys heard of Mount Isa, the town Mount Isa? Yeah? Yes, a few. I had it, I had to look it up. You can ask Mary later, because those 15 years, there are some incredible stories. But early on, you had a significant moment in this while you were nursing. And so I'm wondering if you could share a bit about the accident you were in.
I was in 203. I was with a friend and we were going camping heading towards the tip of the top of Australia. And I was driving in a four-wheel drive and got in the youth gravel at the side of the road, the road to Jones there, and fishtailed and off the road, rolled 3 times and I broke my neck. And I was subsequent, the first car that came along was the car we needed. It had 2 guys in it, near the outback. They had a satellite phone. They couldn't get hold of it till we were heading forward. They had to be looking at them a lot further away and get Brisbane to leave really tunnel land. They got all our camping gear out of the cars. The packed it round me so Jude didn't have to hold my head too much. And they put the shelter up to shelter spray from the sun because it was about 40 degrees. Put the cart up in the dashboard under Jude's hands so she wasn't healing on the hard dirt. He gave her drink. She put me back and I didn't know if I was going to do an operation, which I did.
So Jude was holding your neck.
And she was holding me, because I knew I'd broken. I knew I'd done something. I felt the way that even though I was coming in and out of consciousness,
but there was some other grace in that story as well, with your family.
Can I help you do that? Sorry, my daughter just reminded me when I was away and my dad basically came over and stayed because she stayed with my kids and I was at home. I was supposed to be cooking for lunch one day, in occupational therapy, and Joanna and the occupational therapy had her in the pantry saying, "Now we'll put this in the lunch, we'll put this in the lunch." And occupational therapy, this son, I don't know something about it. And they came up with occupational therapist. That was such a sort of really was a big thing in my life because we finally doing it.
Yeah, it was about time.
Just a remarkable, at the camp we were just at the weekend, one of the speakers who shared, my friend, she said that with Jesus nothing is wasted, in the sense of even in the most tragic and difficult of situations there can still be grace. Yeah, I mean, remarkable story. And I think when I first met you a few years ago, I wouldn't have known all of this. And just the last part of that story I want to highlight. We've worked quite hard with the miking, because Mary has quite a soft voice, but part of it is because of this accident. And you're right, I share this, that before her accident, she was one of the only singers in her church. But part of it was that one of the vocal cords was snapped and then needed to be operated 2 years later. Yeah. And so there was something really in that of just the grace and humility in that Mary shared there. And I'm sure there was a real grief in that too. From being someone of music and singing to being someone who for 2 years couldn't laugh. But now can laugh.
It wasn't that I couldn't laugh because of grief, but just a big no sound. There's no sound at all.
And as we were sharing the story, it was really grace that felt like the thing that kind of came to the front. So I'm wondering if there's a story from the Bible that has resonated with that theme of grace. It's coming, it's going to be worth waiting.
It's John 2:24. You see, as Jesus went along, he saw a man blind from birth, and his disciples asked him, "Rabbi, who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind?" "Neither this man nor his parents sinned," said Jesus, "but this happened so that the work of God might be displayed in his life." And I think that's really my story as well. Yeah.
And the work of God in your life obviously was something that was quite miraculous, but you've seen that in others' lives as well.
Mm.
Can you share a bit about that?
Well, somebody was here from my home group and we were about half a to it. And we would have seen them gradually go from walking with a stick down to putting in an electric wheelchair. And she's still gracious, dragging to Christian for Christ. In spite of it, I mean, Graham is probably the most amazing patient. The same thing happened with me.
As Mary shared that, there's what really, this sense of the glory of God sometimes being like a Mary story, really, the miraculous going through, people even in these really troubling situations, and that also giving God glory. Something that really stood out to me as you shared that. And so Mary, that is just a few highlights of a long, long life with Jesus. What does your life with God look like now, 2025?
Just amazing. When I came back home, I went to someone, and the open doors people were there, and I came back here and joined the prayer group for the open doors people, and one of those people, and I still go to them on a Monday morning. From that onwards, we started helping out at the food bank. I'm still going to the food bank to help out. And then more recently, the healing rooms were started up in Whanganui, and I'm one of the regular intercessors. And God was so good and so gracious that people come. And this is what happened in the last, certainly the last 6 years, the healing rooms and the food bank, more especially the healing rooms in the last 18 months. Just mind-blowing how God has used somebody who physically doesn't have a lot of energy, and I can't run upstairs or anything like that, so I don't have a lot of ability, but God's using me. So just for anybody who's thinking God can't use you, He can use you. He'll use you. You're women. Absolutely.
Oh, it's such joy. One of the things in our first cup of tea together, I came home with Sam, and I just was so inspired that when I asked you what was alive today, you just said, I'm just so thankful that God has given me all these outlets. And I was just like, I hope that after I have been on this journey for a long time, that's still my posture.
Yes.
I'm so thankful God has given me all these ways that I still can serve.
Yes. Yes.
And the joy and life I see that bringing you. Yeah. Any last things?
Can I advertise the little prayer corner over here? And things I seem to be sort of understanding most days, intercessor over here, so when you see me up there, I don't really care, I'm there to pray for you guys. And the bishop has licensed the healing people to anoint as well, so we can have an anointing up there.
We would encourage you to take that offer up. We know that prayer does change things. We don't always understand how, but prayer does really change things. And so we are really thankful and blessed to have people like Mary that are happy to sit and pray with us and for us. On that note, I might pray to close up this time. Thanks for the gift of your story that's been for us. So God, thank you, for this taonga, for this koha, for this gift of Mary's story tonight, and for the gift that her life has been. I just pray that the words and the stories would sit with us and would point to you, that we would see you at work in her life and in our lives. Loving God, I pray for whatever it is that is on top for each of us, that you wouldn't let that be lost or snatched away, that that would sit with us through the week. Thank you that we get to do church family with such a group of people. And I just pray continued blessings on Mary